Imagine this. It's a completely ordinary day. You're going about your routine. Maybe you're scrolling your phone. Maybe you're driving. Maybe you're halfway through a boring cup of coffee. Then your phone rings. You pick it up. On the other end, a voice is shaking with excitement. They tell you that you've just won the lottery. Not a small prize, not a nice weekend away prize. $10 million. 10 million. Pause for a second and really sit with that. Feel it in your body. What happens first? Your chest tightens. Your heart starts racing. Your mind explodes into images. Freedom, travel, security, respect. You imagine telling people. You imagine quitting things you hate. You imagine becoming the version of yourself that never worries again. Now ask yourself a second question, and this one matters more. How long would that feeling last? A day, a week, a year, a lifetime? Now, flip the scene. The phone rings again. Same day, same setting. This time the voice is calm, hesitant. They tell you your closest friend has passed away. Someone who knows your stories, someone who has seen you at your worst and still stayed, someone whose absence you can't even imagine yet. Again, pause. Feel it. The weight, the shock, the emptiness, the sense that life has been permanently altered. Now ask the same question. How long would that feeling last? Most people think they know the answers to these questions. We feel certain about them. We are convinced that massive positive events will make us happy for a very long time, and massive negative events will break us forever. But here's the uncomfortable truth. We are terrible at predicting our own emotions. Not slightly off, not a little inaccurate. Terrible. Psychologists call this effective forecasting. It's our ability, or rather, our inability, to accurately predict how future events will make us feel and for how long. And this blind spot quietly controls many of the biggest decisions of our lives. Harvard psychologist Dan Gilbert spent years studying this exact phenomenon. He followed lottery winners, accident victims, people who experienced extreme success and extreme tragedy. And what he found was deeply unsettling. Lottery winners, after the initial high, returned to their baseline level of happiness within months. Not years. Months. After the excitement faded, after the congratulations stopped, after the new purchases became normal, they felt ordinary. The same content or discontent they felt before the win. $10 million didn't rewrite their emotional operating system. It just upgraded a few features temporarily. On the other side, people who experienced devastating losses, paralysis, the loss of loved ones, life-altering setbacks, also returned surprisingly close to their original happiness levels over time. The pain was real, the grief was real, but the human mind adapted. We recover far more than we expect. This phenomenon has a name: the hedonic treadmill. Picture yourself on a treadmill. You start walking, then running faster and faster. You're burning energy, you're sweating, you're working hard, but no matter how fast you go, you're still in the same place. That's what happens with happiness. We chase promotions, houses, cars, relationships, status, applause. Each time we get what we want, there's a burst of joy, a rush, a sense of this is it. And then we adapt. The new normal sets in. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. Let me tell you a real story. A friend of mine, a senior banking executive, was making more money than he ever imagined growing up. At some point, his income became less of a reward and more of a problem. He didn't know what to do with it anymore. So he decided to build his dream home. Not just any home. A villa, 10 rooms, a swimming pool, a panoramic view of a lake framed by mountains. The kind of place people stop and stare at, the kind of place that silently announces, "I've made it." When the villa was finished, he was euphoric. For weeks, he walked through the rooms like a tourist. He invited friends over. He took photos. He smiled more. He felt proud, fulfilled, successful. And then something strange happened. The joy started to fade. Not dramatically, not overnight, just quietly, subtly. Until one day, a few months later, he came home from work, opened the door, and felt nothing. No excitement, no satisfaction, no sense of achievement. Just indifference. He told me, "I feel the same walking into this villa as I did walking into my tiny one-room student apartment years ago." Same emotional response, different walls, but that wasn't the worst part. The villa was far from the city, which meant commuting, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, every single day. At first, he told himself it was fine. He had music, podcasts, a nice car, a view. But studies show something important about commuting. People almost never adapt to it. Unlike many other stressors, long daily commutes continue to drain happiness indefinitely. Day after day, week after week. The dream villa didn't just fail to make him happier in the long run. It actively made him less happy. This is the cruel irony of the hedonic treadmill. We chase dreams that look beautiful from the outside, but we fail to account for the hidden costs that linger after the novelty wears off. And this doesn't just apply to houses. Career promotions? Same effect. People get the job they've been chasing for years, the title, the office, the salary. For a short while, they feel validated, powerful, proud. 3 months later, they're back where they started emotionally. The stress remains, the expectations rise, the new role becomes the baseline. Luxury cars, same story. The new Porsche feels incredible for a while. The smell, the sound, the attention, then it becomes just your car, and suddenly you're looking at the next model. Relationships? Same pattern. The early intensity feels intoxicating. The messages, the excitement, the sense that life has finally changed. Then routine settles in. This doesn't mean relationships are meaningless. It means our emotional system adapts faster than our fantasies expect it to. Now let's talk about the other side. Negative events. Breakups feel like the end of the world. When a relationship ends, people often say things like, "I'll never love again," or "I'll never be happy again." And in that moment, it feels true. But look at what actually happens. Within a few months, most people are back on their feet. They're socializing again, dating again, laughing again. The pain doesn't disappear entirely, but it no longer dominates every thought. We overestimate how broken we will be, just as we overestimate how happy we will be. Our minds are That adaptability has kept humans alive for thousands of years, but it comes with a psychological price. It makes our desires unreliable guides. So here's the question. If we can't trust our emotional predictions, how are we supposed to make good life decisions? We don't have to guess blindly. Science gives us some clues. First, avoid negative conditions that you cannot adapt to, things like chronic noise, constant stress, toxic environments, and long commutes. These don't fade into the background the way other discomforts do. They continue to erode happiness day after day. If a decision adds permanent friction to your daily life, be very careful. No amount of prestige or money fully compensates for constant irritation. Second, expect material rewards to deliver only short-term happiness. Cars, houses, bonuses, prizes, lottery winnings, they feel great at first. Then they fade. This doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy them. It means you shouldn't build your entire life strategy around them. Third, prioritize time and autonomy. Long-lasting happiness tends to come from what you actively do, not what you passively own. Having control over your schedule, choosing how you spend your days, working on things that matter to you. People consistently report higher life satisfaction when they have freedom, even if it comes at the cost of some income. Fourth, invest in relationships. Friendships matter more than most people realize. They buffer stress. They amplify joy. They provide meaning that doesn't wear off as quickly as material success. And finally, be mindful of comparison. Professional status can create lasting satisfaction, but only if you don't immediately change your reference group. If you become a CEO, but suddenly surround yourself only with other CEOs, the boost evaporates. You're back on the treadmill, comparing yourself to a new, higher standard. The human mind doesn't celebrate arrival. It recalibrates expectations. That's the trap. The hedonic treadmill isn't telling you not to want things. It's telling you to be careful what you wish for, because what you're imagining isn't the reality you'll live with. It's a temporary emotional spike, followed by adaptation. True wisdom isn't about chasing permanent happiness. That doesn't exist. It's about designing a life where the baseline is tolerable, meaningful, and aligned with who you are. Once the excitement fades, because it always fades. And the sooner you understand that, the fewer illusions will control your decisions.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the resources and the original books we used today. We'll see you in the next one.